what do you believe are the two most common risk factors for breast cancer? My name is Kim Smith, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I cannot let this opportunity go by without shouting out to each of us, men and women alike, about the importance of looking at our risk factors for breast cancer, addressing those risk factors, and doing everything we can to early detect any signs of breast cancer. For many of you, you're thinking, why am I mentioning men? Well, if you did not realize it, women are not the only ones to have breast cancer. I looked up some statistics from Susan G. Komen. This is a foundation that has put in countless hours for research, for development, for raising awareness for breast cancer. They have a 5K walk each year. They do so many things to try to get breast cancer to the forefront and to get it into the hands of the scientists, get money into the hands of the scientists to try to help find a cure. The more information they have, the better they can look at treatment as well as a cure. And so this information came from Susan G. Komen, and the link is going to be below the video to this particular fact sheet. So let's look at this. What are the two most common risk factors for breast cancer? Many of you on this video have the first. All of you have the second. You're probably thinking, how in the world can you make a statement that all of us have that risk factor? Well, the first risk factor for breast cancer is being a woman. And the majority of people who are going to tune into this video, you are female. However, the second risk factor, every one of us has. That second risk factor is getting older. So, number one, if you're a woman, that is a huge risk factor for breast cancer. Number two, you're getting older. As our bodies get older, we are more susceptible to different kinds of cancer, not only breast cancer, but other types of cancer. But we're talking specifically about breast cancer today. Second statistic, every 2 minutes. So I've been talking, 2 minutes, 55 seconds at the moment. In this time, one case of breast cancer has been diagnosed in a woman in the United States. Within the time that you've been watching this video, at least one female has been diagnosed with breast cancer in the United States. Next statistic, breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer death in women around the world. We hear a lot about homicides. We hear a lot about other types of cancer. We know heart disease. But across the world, the leading cause of death with women is breast cancer. We'll look at just a few more of these statistics and then talk about a wonderful product that can help with early detection. And it's one that many of you have never even heard of. So let's look at this. In the U.S., so most common cancer type among women is breast cancer. And then we've got 1 in 8 women in their lifetime are going to be diagnosed with breast cancer. So if you've got 8 of you standing in a circle, 1 out of the 8 of you more than likely is going to be diagnosed with breast cancer. So we'll skip some of the statistics. I did want to do this one. In 2018, more than 40,000 women and more than 400 men in the U.S. are expected to die from breast cancer. So you got that. 400 men in the U.S. are expected to die of breast cancer this year. So this is not just a problem for females. One of the nicest men I've ever known, he used to repair a lot of our appliances back home. He died of breast cancer, and I remember being a young adult, and I was just amazed. I'm like, I did not realize that breast cancer could happen to a man. Well, it did, and sadly, it had consequences of death. And then 40,000 women die every year of breast cancer. There was another statistic that was very hopeful, but we've got room to improve. Improvements in early detection and treatment contributed to a 39% decline in breast cancer deaths in the U.S. between 1989 and 2015. That is wonderful. And we all know there are reasons for that. A lot of people are getting healthier. They're taking care of dealing with those risk factors. Number two, we are much better as a United States of America of early detection. In the month of October, we're going to see pink everywhere. Pink is going to be on football uniforms. Pink is going to be on commercials. Pink, pink, pink ribbons everywhere. And it causes us to remember breast cancer and to get our mammograms or to get our breast MRIs, whatever tests that you get to detect. And so we are doing a much better job, but we've got a long ways to go. I'm going to share some other videos within this week about risk factors for breast cancer. We're going to talk about free radical damage, and if you don't know what that is, it's very, very important when it comes to cancer. We're going to talk about early detection. We're going to talk about one particular product for early detection right now. So I work in connection with a company called Plexus. And many years ago, Plexus came up with what they called the Plexus Breast Check, CHEK kit. And so I have the information on it right here. And so you may very well be able to see this through your camera there. That's just a picture of the outside package. And it is a breast test. It's an examination kit. So what you have is it enhances the sensitivity. It's reusable. So you buy one and you should never have to replace it. It's latex free and it's environmentally safe lubricant that's inside of it. So what you do is you have this polyurethane. You place it on your chest. The bottom layer will gently adhere to the skin and remain stable as the upper layer slides freely under the fingertips. The lubricant between the layers greatly reduces friction, resulting in magnification of sensory touch. So I'm going to give you the example that has always been given to me. Imagine you have a table and you have a grain of salt on there. You know how small a grain of salt is. It's really hard just with our fingertips to be able to rub. You know something's different, but that's on a table. Well, imagine that in someone's breast. Would you be able to find something that small in a breast? No, you probably would not. The Breast Check kit enhances your sensitivity so that that grain of salt or a lump that would be that size, you would be able to detect. And therefore, you could detect, you could address it through the proper doctor, and you could get assessed and treated. We all know the very best way to not get breast cancer is to take care of yourself, and we'll talk more about that. But if you do have a lump, you want to detect it as soon as possible, and you want to address so that you can avoid all that we know can happen. So please feel free to share this all with your friends and family. Not only is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but you can share this anytime. Anytime you come up on this video, the breast check examination kit, I'm going to put the link down below so that you can go to that if you would like, and you can see the cost, and you can share that with others. What an incredible gift to give to somebody else of early prevention. Let's take care of ourselves, and let's take care of each other. Thank you.